Hello.
Welcome. Hello, everybody. Hello, Stephen.
Hello, Chris.
How are you?
Um, I'm feeling spooked
Oh, why are you feeling spooked?
because I have a very bad habit of watching disturbing videos on the internet,
Me
and
too, but they don't spook me.
not of the pornographic nature.
Okay.
These are just generally disturbing, I guess. I don't know. And right now, I'm recording from the apartment by myself. So
Like that one short video of like the woman who's like turning out her light before bed.
yeah, and then the face.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Similar to that kind of thing.
yeah. Except like, uh, the one that I was watching is like really bad internet rabbit holes to go down that may or may not lead you to getting murdered,
Mm.
like stuff like that. It just
Did you follow the trail of breadcrumbs?
sometimes I start to, and then
And then you get too
I
weird
change my
about it?
mind.
That's probably my one apprehension into like seeking out the dark web. Like I have no idea what the fuck it is or how to access it, but I feel like you could probably get killed, if you're in the wrong spot at the wrong time. I don't know. Maybe I'm just showing my ass, but
Well, I don't see your ass. I just see your face.
my metaphorical ass.
Oh, show my metaphorical ass.
Yeah.
I feel like you have a nice metaphorical ass.
Thanks. I feel like I have a nice regular physical ass. Teach their own.
We did touch butts before. You remember?
I feel like that. I mean, I'm sure that happened. I just don't recall when.
It happened on an episode.
All right. It was clearly.
I feel like I could say anything, and you're just like,
oh yeah. Like I know that it happened. I just don't remember any of the context or surrounding it. But yeah, but then also it's within my wheelhouse. Like that holds water. I would do that. I would touch butts with you, pants or no pants. But I'm sure this was pants on.
This was pants.
Yeah. I feel like no pants. I would know. I would be like, "Yep, we did that." there would be no doubt in my mind, and there would be plenty of context to back it up. Like, so I was feeling a little frisky. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm cold, so I'm wrapping myself.
Same. I got a sweater on. I almost had a hat on, just like you, because I don't like to run the heater all the time. Keep it nice and chill.
I feel like I just get cold when I'm scared.
Oh.
It's okay.
Don't get murdered, Stephen.
I'll do my best. At least we're doing a live broadcast, so if I do get murdered, everyone can watch.
One witness, yeah. So,
but so recently, I witnessed a question.
Yeah.
And I just thought the question was kind of funny, personally. But somebody asked Andreas, my husband. I will not divulge who this was because I don't know if this was.
You just did. You just said it was Andreas.
I'm kidding.
I'm kidding.
The person who asked the question.
I'm kidding.
I don't know if they want anyone to know that they're asking this question, but the question was, can you give someone a hickey on their dick?
I don't know. I would imagine you could, because you can give a hickey almost anywhere. Like, I don't know about ears or nose, wherever there's a lot of cartilage. But, I mean...
There's not cartilage in the dick, is it?
No.
Okay. All right. I was like, have I been wrong about everything?
No. Well, that I can't speak to, but there's no cartilage in your penis. Because it's just you're sucking the blood vessels up closer to the surface, from what I've heard. If I'm remembering that right. So I'd imagine that you could give somebody a hickey anywhere. But
I feel
I
like it'd
guess
be difficult to give someone a hickey on their penis. Like it would have to be a thick ass dick. I think.
that is your thick.
No.
This is your thick.
This
Are
is
you
just,
okay, bud? Is everything all right in your world right now?
this is just a reference to thickness in general.
For our non-visual fan base, you're holding your fingers up roughly about an inch apart, maybe.
That's a thick ass dick.
Wow. And yes, there is a lot of blood in a penis. But to be able to get like, okay, so here's what I would imagine the criteria for this would have to be. First off, this person would most likely have to be a shower and not a grower.
Oh.
Because like I'm envisioning like, like here's the shaft and you're just hickeying on the side of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm envisioning too.
Right, because like if you're just sucking on the head, that would probably hurt. Like it would hurt too much to.
I feel like a hickey would hurt on the dick anyways.
I don't think so. Like if it's done, like if you're not going for speed, but you're going for just the hickey overall.
I feel like every time that I've gotten a hickey, it's like been a little sore.
Well, that's because someone's being very aggressive with you. Like you can still give someone a hickey without it being like a painful like. If you're just trying to mark your territory real fast, yeah, you suck like a goddamn Hoover, and you fucking get a hickey on them. But like if you're just passionately, like gently sucking, that gentle sucking motion can still create a hickey. And now the more gentle it is, the longer time you'll need. And if you're trying to speed up the process, again, you just suck harder. But I think it's completely possible to give a hickey onto a penis. But there's only one way to find out. So I implore everybody listening
oh no
to please try to give a hickey a penis and let us know your results.
Try to give a penis a hickey.
Try to give a hickey a penis? That's what I said?
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you know a hickey, give them a penis.
Here, this is for you.
Yeah, here's a severed dick. No, please give your local penis a hickey, and let us know how that goes.
For anyone interested, I am home alone right now, so if anyone wants to attempt this experiment,
yeah. So if you have a penis, have someone give it a hickey. If you know a penis that you'd like to give a hickey to, give it a hickey.
If you know a penis.
If you know a penis.
I have known a penis or two.
If you know a penis that you would like to give a hickey to, I mean, I'm sure lots of people know. I know lots of penises.
I know lots of dicks.
Right. Anywho's. Yeah, I couldn't say definitively, but I feel like it's possible.
I kind of want to see. I don't know if I want to see it, but I want to see a penis covered in hickeys. Like, what's a full hickeyed penis look like? A 100% hickey dick.
All right. Well, you have fun with that. I'm just looking for factual, just a story about one hickey on a penis. So we can get into a polka dotted hickey penis later after we've confirmed.
Polka dotted hickey penis.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds like a song.
That's right. So earlier we were discussing about how companies were buying other companies, and it was just one big conglomerate. And this wasn't on the air. This was just you and me privately. And I joked that eventually Disney will own everything, and by default, Disney will own the podcast with benefits. And so you pose the question of what would a ride of the podcast with benefits be like? And I challenge that to say, I think we could get our own entire theme park. I don't have anywhere to go with this, but I want to spitball it and see what we could come up with right now off the cuff.
I think there has to be a log flume.
Well, it's a theme park. It wouldn't be complete without a log flume.
Exactly. Like
so,
maybe, like, you get to ride the wood.
Ride the wood. Okay.
Guaranteed to make you wet.
Penis-shaped log flumes, like dildo-shaped log, vehicles. Now, in homage to our previous episodes and previous guests, would the log flume water be yellow?
It could. We could have actually separate sections of the ride could be various liquids.
Logistics on that would be pretty challenging, I think, because you have to completely go to a different. You can't just mix
special effect. It's magic. We're talking about Disney here. They could use projections technology.
Well, when we have
lighting,
Disney, that's true. Yeah, you're right.
Like, I think they'd be able to do it.
Logistics be damned. We'll just throw money at the problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right.
That's what they usually do. There has to be at least 17 singing animatronics of both of us.
All right. It's a very strange, specific number.
I need an animatronic version of both of us in various scenarios and situations. No, they've got to be good animatronics. They can't be none of these A100 series. They got to be at least A1000. You got to be smooth moving.
I feel like you know exactly the numbers. Like that, I feel like you would know that those are accurate numbers and those are models of animatronic.
So A100 is like old school, like the Peter Pan sword fighting Captain Hook.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
A1000 started with Wicked Witch of the West. They're on to a new series now. I can't remember what that's called, but
that was real. That wasn't you making that shit up off the cuff.
No.
Jesus.
I'm obsessed. I have a problem.
Why don't you have a Disney podcast?
I mean, maybe. Who knows?
All right.
The future could contain a lot of things, like maybe a new studio that we can record in.
What rides or areas of our theme park would there be? What kind of food would we serve?
I don't know why, but when you said areas, the first word that popped into my head was urethra. Like
urethra area.
What if the theme park was in the shape of like a body, like an androgynous body with like all of the parts?
Well, now we are not even tiptoeing. We are blatantly busting into Rick and Morty territory. Have you not seen the episode where they go into a person's body and they have a theme park inside of a human body?
I have not.
Okay, it exists. It's like season 1, episode like 2. It's pretty early on. Yeah. So Simpsons did it. That's a reference to another show. Don't worry about it. That's all I am. All I exist as are pop culture references. Okay, that's the only way I know how to communicate and function.
See, it's the same with me, but just like video games and obscure Disney World shit.
Right. Correct. That's
together we're almost a normal human.
We are two halves of a whole idiot.
What kinds of concessions would we have?
Right. What kind of snacks would one have? You could munch on a box. Like lots and lots of corn dogs and like phallic shaped, pretzel rods.
We've got to have like popsicles,
steak on a steak.
Donuts would be interesting. We could have them like kind of squeezed a little bit so that they look a little bit more vaginal.
Okay. Pussy donuts?
Yeah.
I'm in.
Or, I mean, we can just have... Okay,
just not jelly filled. Oh, God.
No. I mean, maybe.
Maybe. No, that's not healthy.
But no, okay, so we can have... There's a traditional Mexican pastry.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a shell, like a conch shell.
Okay.
They're called conchas, and that is also a Spanish word slang for pussy.
Okay.
So we can have that,
That's fine.
and they're delicious. They're great.
Yeah. All right.
They're inoffensive,
They're
but also
inoffensive.
like it's a subtle
I
nod.
feel like offense is going to be thrown clear out the window if we're having an entire theme park dedicated to love, sex, and relationships.
Yes. Are we gonna? Okay. What if there was like a booth where you can get whipped cream, but like they put it on your body and then like somebody else licks it off. So like let's say I want to eat whipped cream. I go to the park with you, they put the whipped cream on your body, I lick it off.
I feel like that's honestly there now. You're actually starting to hit on real attractions that would be at this supposed theme park, whether it's a podcast with benefits themed one or not. Like if there was some sort of sexual theme park, I feel like it would be mostly not a rides, but it would be like people facilitating kink.
Like experiential.
Right. Like I am here to aid in your evening or your day or your 5 minutes or whatever, and then like it rather than somebody who's like please keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times.
I feel like we should still have that though.
Well, it's anyway. Yeah. Yes. But it would be just people facilitating, the BDSM and or the water sports. That would be the entire
water sports water park.
Well, yeah, the water sports water park would actually be that's its own theme. It's its own section of the park. But yeah, just people facilitating people who love that and do that and want to share that would then get to be paid to do that and share it with the world.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so hold on. A day in Podcast with Benefits Land.
Mm-hmm.
Or P with B World. I don't know.
We'll
working title.
Yeah.
So a day in this theme park.
Mm-hmm.
So you walk in, all right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You walk in and immediately there's attractive individuals
throwing rainbow confetti at you.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Aggressively.
No.
They're just like rah.
No, not in a spooky or aggressive fashion. Just like it's edible and biodegradable.
Ooh, okay. I like that.
Again,
I like that. I didn't even think about edible confetti.
Yeah. It's absolutely edible, not sticky.
I was thinking so like a buffet of individuals, all kinds of different body types and identities, and when you walk in, you immediately get a free souvenir. 2, actually.
So you lost me a souvenir. You had me at blowjob.
No, hold on. Wait, had you at blow?
You immediately walk in and get a free blowjob.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say you get like one of a complimentary pack of tissues, and you get a complimentary little lotion container. And so the reason for that is you're already prepared. You are invited to enjoy your evening or your day, but you have these things. Maybe we can throw in a condom too.
I gotta say you're going real lo-fi here on me. Okay.
Hold on.
I don't want to shit on your ideas, but I do want to enhance them. Okay.
Okay. All right. Enhance my ideas.
It's going to be not tissues, but a sex rag, like a towel. It's very soft and it feels fucking magical on your skin.
Is it already sprayed like a moist towelette?
Very absorbent. No, it's dry as fuck. And then you're going to get some lube based on like you choose whether it's going to be water based or oil based. Whatever lube you like to use. That's not fucking with your skin conditions and skin types. That's the kind of lube you would get. But the towel you receive, it's like a fucking just magical. But tissues, I feel like that's what I grab when I'm in a strange area and masturbating in shameful private. But if I'm at home, I already use a fucking sex towel. So why not get
that's
the world's nicest sex towel?
And this isn't a strange area where you're ashamed and doing things like private. This is a strange area where you're doing things publicly.
Yeah, right, 100%. And if at any time you soil your sex towel, there are just bins everywhere to go. You deposit your sex towel and grab a fresh one.
Can you imagine having the job to empty the soiled towel bins, and it's like a hot summer day. There's just like cooked cum in these bins.
Well, it's somebody's job to clean the beat stalls. You know, I mean, there's pay-per-view pornography in at you know, like the Lion's Den. You know, like you've driven across the U.S., right?
Yeah, I've seen all of the you know, Jesus is real, followed immediately by the sex stores.
Right.
The
Okay. And
billboards
at those sex stores, you are aware that there are pay-per-view pornography booths, right?
So that's the place with all the glittery curtain in the back. Okay.
Yeah.
I've never walked in there. I've always been
Me neither.
afraid.
But what's behind there is you pay money, and then there's just porn already showing. Like, I don't think they have to, like, they can't exist anymore, or they're doing very poorly because the internet exists. But it's just a beat stall. It's called, you know, I don't know the proper terminology for it, but there is a TV and there's porn playing, and you have a certain number, you know, a certain X amount of time to watch whatever you're watching, and of course you're beating it in there. So somebody had to go clean that, and this is just the next evolution of that. But it can be all very sanitary. I don't want to get into the logistics of the beat towel, fucking, you know, hypothetical.
The used rag bin.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think the details are going to make the difference over whether or not this is, you know, just a casual amusement or, you know, some next level shit.
I think what you and I need to do is workshop this offline, because it's such a hypothetical that I don't know how relatable this is to anybody else.
That's fair. We'll make a presentation. That's what
absolutely. Once we have our shit together,
we can pitch our idea.
We will absolutely share it with the world. And I hope that all of our listeners please contribute ideas to P with B Land. P with B World. P with B Area.
The land with benefits.
Yeah.
Or the world with benefits.
Right. Who knows? I don't. But you do. So please, listener, write in. Let us know what you think. What was your obvious, like, oh, well, obviously they need to have this. So let us know. Because we can get lost in the weeds in this all day. If your idea is food or a ride or a themed area, let us know. Let us know. We would love to create this. And one day when we create it, you might get a little kickback, you know. You'll get the first
name on a plaque.
Yeah, that's right. I've made it, Ma. My name is on a plaque in an imaginary sex land.
And you can write in those ideas at bemorethanfriends@gmail.com.
And what else can they do besides write in ideas? Well, that's right. They can donate at www.mtfproductions.com/donate.
Look at us. We're like professionals or something, doing our little...
Plugging our things.
Yeah, plugging our things. We're good at plugging things.
We are good at plugging things.
We can plug things in. We can take them out and then put them back in. And then out and then back in again.
Sure.
Yep.
So I have a question for you, Stephen.
Uh-oh.
And for our listeners and viewers, what do you think would happen if you gathered everyone you've had sex with, and or at least oral sex with as well, into a room and let them all talk to each other? What do you think would come of those conversations? Like, what would be an overarching theme?
Just conversation?
Yeah, just conversation. Like, first off, the first question in my mind was how quickly they would figure out why they were all summoned there. Like, that's the first. I was like, what would they like? First, like, if I were just teleported into a room with a bunch of fucking strangers, and then I started to recognize a couple folks, and then we're like, you know, why are we here? What's going on? Like,
which portion of them would be disappointed when they see?
Right? Like, what percentage would be, you know, because this was a question posed to me by a coworker just decades ago that I just randomly thought of again today. And I realized when they asked me the question, like first I was like horrified. I was like, "Oh God, I don't want that." Like, but then I thought about it and I was like, "Well, I wouldn't give a shit." And each of them would have such dramatically different experiences because to me, it's about like how well two people click together. Like their how they vibe, or with their compatibility is sexual. It's way different than compatibility sexually and compatibility in a relationship are two completely separate things. You have to. For those who hold out till marriage, more power to you because
How do you know?
you could be fucking like thick as thieves with somebody personality wise, but then complete polar opposites in the bedroom, and that's it. That's forever, or at least your commitment. You said it was gonna be forever. So that blows my mind that people will do that. But Stephen, I pose the question to you. What do you think would happen?
So, is this everyone I've sexually interacted with?
Yes.
Can we add that? Okay. Because remember, the amount of people that I've had, like,
that's why I said blowjobs, like, and I guess had a sexual exchange with beyond kissing.
Okay.
Whether it's masturbation or like it's some sort of sexual act.
I'm just trying to gauge how lively this party will be.
This room is, yeah.
So I think very quickly, yeah, people would. Well, actually, a lot of them would not know each other.
Right. Initially, they wouldn't know each other. I think a few key people would be like, "Wait a minute,
hold
on." And we all know this one person.
Especially if it's just them. Like there's nobody else. Right. It's just them.
Why aren't they here? Why the fuck are they here?
And then, yeah, I feel like very quickly, people would start putting this together and probably sharing stories, probably about how awful the experience was.
I feel like definitely a few of mine, a larger portion that I'd care to admit would be like, "Oh yeah, that's a ride I would not buy a second ticket to." But then there's some who'd be like, "What are you talking about? That's crazy." Like it runs the gamut, and that's because certain people you click with and certain people you don't.
I mean, I feel like it'd be kind of nice though. Like there are some people who would be there that I wouldn't even recognize.
Right.
And so like that would be kind of interesting. Like just being able to see like the whole like the spectrum of people and then just be like, oh, and like I don't know, like I feel like it would be both a like a boost to my ego and a way to diminish my ego, like simultaneously.
Right.
But I don't know. I think it'd be nice. I feel like most of the people would be like kind and fun. I think it'd be a nice little gathering.
I know that like some of them just would not want to like they'd be like, please let me leave right now. Like I don't want to be here.
Do they have to stay?
Like I don't know what the conditions are. Like I don't know what kind of purgatory they're in. Like obviously, if you summon people for this purpose, like I'm not thinking about like day 2. Like oh god, we're here. This is awful.
This sounds like a setup for some like psychological thriller reality TV series where they get this mysterious letter in the mail and they're like, "You have been invited to the manor," and then they show up and they're like, "Wait a second."
Right.
Yeah. We all fucked the same person, and then the doors lock, and you hear a laugh. Yeah, that's the laugh.
Figuring it out is when they are locked in.
They're locked in, and then like we emerge from the shadows.
Here as well. Oh fuck!
And like, some of you may already know why you have been invited to the manor.
Right. Oh man, what are their conditions to get out? Like what? Oh fuck.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. I think when the original question was posed to me, originally they said, what what do you think would happen if everybody that you had a sexual encounter with was gathered in the same room, and just like the levels of that, and when what we're going through that, and then what if they had to like, I guess, give a presentation on their experience, what others would say and how they would react and things like that.
It'd be like a series of TED Talks.
Right?
Where
Yes.
like, hello, my name is
Yeah.
and then so I first encountered Steven on
So
December 3rd of
what's his issue with that paddle? What's that all about?
and then at the end they have to give like a numerical rating. It was a solid 3.5
Sure. Yeah.
out of 10.
Right.
I'd like to think that it would eventually just turn into an orgy.
That would be wonderful. That'd be pretty cool.
I want to do this. I'm gonna make a Facebook event.
Wait a minute, because we touched butts, am I getting summoned?
Do we consider that a sexual interaction?
I don't.
Okay, well, I guess not. No.
Yeah. Well, I guess
maybe if you had your pants off, then
maybe. Our brown eyes were so close together that I'm automatically summoned there.
I said brown eyes, and I almost said I don't have brown eyes. It took me longer than it should have.
Sure.
To understand what you were saying.
That's all right. That's all I had. That was my ammunition for tonight.
Well, I like that. I really want that to be a show. I want that to be an actual event.
Yeah, it's a neat exercise. Yeah.
I think both of these things, I feel like we could workshop them into something. Like
the theme park?
The theme park and the gathering of our sexual history.
Encounters, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had talked about a project similar to this as far as the previous encounters. So I think that's very doable. Yeah, is to have previous encounters either on the show or their own thing. But
yeah. So I don't mean to bring us down.
Oh, okay.
But I have a qualm.
All right.
And I think it's something very serious and very important. And I kind of want to hear if you've had a similar experience and what we should do about it. So,
and what we should do about it.
Yeah, I feel like we need to do something about this. So I get very upset when I'm masturbating.
That's where I thought the sentence was gonna go. That's where I thought that sentence was gonna go. I was like, he's not gonna say masturbating, but he said it. Okay, you get very upset when you're masturbating.
Well, hold on. When I'm specifically when I'm perusing a porn site, and I see like an attractive man or whatever, and I don't like it when videos or titles lean into stereotypes and specifically like racially profiling individuals. Like I've noticed that if I find a video with an attractive black man, it'll be like it'll say like hung thug like does X or like something like they're like referred to as a thug. And I'm like, why do you have to do that? And I can even go to the channel or the profile or whatever that posted that video, and in all of the other videos, if it's a white man, they don't say thug. They don't use any kind of like that kind of terminology. It's just with black man does X. It's thug does this. and I hate it.
So
And like I've thought about maybe like leaving a comment or messaging the channel and saying like, why do you label it like this? Like why are you doing this? But I don't know if
I
that's bad.
have absolutely no grounds to speak on this being a white man. Only as an advocate for sex positivity. Absolutely, it's fucked up. Like in the news when they are talking about a black person, they say a thug. If somebody is, if they're trying to portray somebody poorly, they'll call them a thug. Versus they won't use that terminology if it's somebody who's not black. So I completely, 100%. But also, there's other derogatory words that are used for other stereotypes in sexual connotations, and it goes along with the kink of degradation and BDSM and power exchange. Like you can absolutely find pornography that says, like beautiful black man, or like that describes somebody as an ebony god or goddess. You can find positive terminology, and I recommend only masturbating to those. You vote with your semen.
Jesus.
Vote with your
Instead of likes and dislikes, there's like a bucket and it shows how full it is.
You vote with your masturbatory, because the stream, like it honestly, as far as you are voting when you're watching streaming internet porn, every second you watch is being tallied, and there, like every click is like that's a vote. So you are in fact voting for that over this by watching it and cranking one out. So you can just, if you want to support it, you can just leave a second browser running on positive things only. But and I'm not supporting the calling, the using of stereotypes and derogatory and poor word choices and titles for any class or culture or anything like that. However, there's a power dynamic at play, and it's hard for me to say don't do that. Like as long as if unfortunately when a video is made, they don't get to decide how that video is titled. Like they absolutely decide how with their script and the words that they're saying and the way they're portrayed in the video. But whoever just takes that video and posts it somewhere can call it whatever they want. So the actor, the performer in that loses some creative control of that. But I'm not going to kink shame somebody if they're like, so if it's two consenting adults and like they say, like, I'm a performer and I'm getting paid for this, and I also enjoy being degraded in this fashion by calling me this, that, or the other. I get off on that. I go for it, but you're not going to get like a performer's like, hi, my name's Troy McClure, and I absolutely endorse being called this, that, and the third. I consented to that. That's not going to happen before every porn video. So it's super hard to.
That would be kind of nice, though, actually.
Yeah, it would be great. That'd be great to have some sort of
hello
waiver
before you masturbate to watching me do these things.
Right.
I just want to say
in this video titled this, I absolutely agree to these things, and I endorse them. I'm a consenting adult in this, and I got paid plenty of money. So whack away. There's that, like that in a perfect world that would exist, but I can't say like I absolutely like to see performers be degraded. Like, I don't like when they get like it's again. I hope it's all consensual. Fingers crossed. But yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
So like, what if we know a a producer of this content,
Mm-hmm.
and what if we know that they're titling certain videos in this way versus another way? Like, and this is something I haven't done, but I've been thinking about doing the past, honestly, like a month. It's been on my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I kind of want to ask them about it, and I want to ask them like what their reasoning is, and if they're even aware uh
Right.
of the connotation, I guess.
Yeah.
And like, um but also, like, I don't know how to approach the situation without it sounding like I can imagine them immediately getting defensive.
Well, yeah. So I doubt you're going to find like, oh, well, I absolutely am only using it for the kink purposes, and here is my counterbalanced page of either degrading white people or people of Asian descent or people of Latin descent, and here's my pages of celebrating our black people and whatever. Like you're not going to find that. That is a unicorn. It's just somebody who's just like, yeah, I like beating it, and I also like the power dynamic of being a white man and subjugating everybody else. So here's a bunch of shitty words shitting on everybody, and look at me. I think it'd be great if there was some sort of standard with which we put out, and I think that the more we normalize sex positivity and keep talking about it, the more it will be mainstream, and then people can not regulate. Regulate is a scary term because you don't want to overregulate, but you can definitely have like a cancel culture of those motherfuckers. They will no longer be able to have an income, but because it's still a dark, seedy place, and it's frowned upon morally. There's not enough regulation to say, okay, fuck you. You're doing this for the wrong reasons, or you have toxic traits that you are exhibiting, and it's harmful. Like why it's that so that there's the there actually that circles back to my own point of I'm all for sex positivity, but there's a line where it's toxic, and you like if there's a toxic element to it, you can't you have to acknowledge that and fucking remove it to be able to continue on, I think, in a healthy way. Um, it's tough. So what do we do? We vote with our views. You can reach out to that person and ask them, but it's the internet, and what there's no harm in trying. I just wouldn't get discouraged if they're like, go fuck yourself. What kind of campaign can you rally other than we should have a banner that says don't masturbate to toxic porn. um, and that's a message that we can tout on a regular basis because it's a very good point. Like websites will still have derogatory verbiage that will encourage poor behavior, I guess. So
Yeah, it's just like certain things, like it it's really hard when getting into no pun intended. Um it's really hard when getting into like the like dom and sub area because like yeah, there's the whole degradation thing like you were saying, and I think you put it pretty well when you were saying that once it crosses that line into being toxic or being harmful, then that's where we need to do something. I do like the idea of just sort of like publicly advocating or like having these conversations with people and saying, "Hey, I know you might not be thinking about these things when you're sitting there with a dick in your hand. But maybe you should think about these things, and maybe you shouldn't support certain kinds of materials.
So, like, because again, it's not only the black community it's suffering. Like, it's, there's still a lot of domestic violence and there's still a lot of rough porn out there, but those people are into that and also are getting paid a good money, a bit of money to be tied up and beaten, and they're into it. It's all safe and consensual,
Yeah.
Um,
Well, like I still wonder though, like there's a lot of videos that I've seen, like the titles or the thumbnails of where it's like somebody is like unconscious, and then they're like being handled, and those always kind of scare me because I'm like, I don't know if this is legit or not. Like I have no idea.
Legit or not. What porn sites are you fucking cracking things out to that you don't know if it's legitimate? I mean, like, I feel like those videos will be taken down if it's discovered that these people are actually passed out or too inebriated to consent.
Well, we say that, but like, I mean, so I go on this vid, and anyone can upload any video. They can create a profile. It's like YouTube, but for porn. And like,
is there a report button?
There is, but like, how do we know? Like, how do we verify in a video whether or not somebody is?
If there's a question that it is not consensual, hit the fucking report button.
Like, wouldn't that, like, in all of these scenarios though? Like,
okay, so like, just like any other social media, if you get the ban hammer, you have to then explain your case. I would hope against hope that, especially in this industry, that it is fucking regulated. I don't think it's like, where does your food come from kind of thing. Like, it, I don't want to think about the cow that I'm eating getting slaughtered before I eat a hamburger. I like to hope that the porn I'm watching is everybody's consenting, and I don't watch porn that doesn't seem consensual. Like, I watch, I like when people get roughed up a little bit, but I definitely feel like they're safe at the end of the video,
yeah.
So if you're watching videos that seem like snuff films and or that people are not consenting, report that shit. Report it, because then the person who owns the video, hopefully that should be taken down immediately. Number one, so more people don't watch it, so that it's not, inspiring somebody to do some horrible shit. But that person has to go in front of a fucking council and be reviewed and say, okay, here's a picture of this person with today's. I don't know what the criteria is to get unban hammered.
See, but so that's the only thing that sucks is, like, I would like to think that there is this process and that people are protected, but I don't have confidence in that.
Well, then let's test it out. Like, go on this vid and report something that you feel is sketchy, and like, look for the title. Like, before you ban hammer it, before you hit the report button, check the title, check the user, report that shit, and then follow up with it. It's not just like just like the rest of my porn. I crack one out and I never think about it again. Like, I'll recognize it if I see that video a second time, but like, oh, wait a minute, I think I've masturbated to this before. But it happens. Like, there's just, there's only so much content out there.
You walk into the room and see all the people. Wait a minute.
Hold on. Hold on just a second. But I digress. Like, do some non-masturbatory research and report something that you find to be toxic and or perhaps possibly toxic or harmful, and then see what happens. Also, you said anybody can upload things, right?
Yeah.
Upload your own video and then have somebody else ban hammer it to see what the process is.
I don't want to fuck up my account.
then create a second account, create a dummy email address, and go through the steps.
Speaking of, I might have actually told you this, but another thing that pissed me off.
Just distracted.
Sorry,
it's all right.
It's somewhat related. So,
tangentially related.
You can only watch videos on this website if they're public. If they're private, you have to be friends with the person. Like, you have to send them a friend request.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed, based on the thumbnail, somebody had a video of me. It was listed as private. They uploaded a video of me onto their profile as a private video.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to click it because I wanted to report it. And I couldn't report it because I couldn't see the video because it was listed as private. I could just see the thumbnail, but I had to be their friend in order to be able to see it. So I sent them a friend request, and then I waited. And then like a week later, they denied my friend request.
Mm-hmm.
And then I tried to send them a message, and I couldn't because they have their privacy settings and stuff. I don't know what to do. Like, there's this video of me.
Reach out to the website?
There's no... I couldn't find a contact thing.
There's no way... I feel like there would have to be.
I mean, I'll see if I can find it.
Let's...
There probably is. I might not have tried that hard.
Yeah, I feel like there's that seems very silly to me that there's not.
I'm also on mobile, so it might be different on a web browser.
Thisvid.com?
Yeah.
Okay. Gracious. Look at that. The stream just becomes us looking at pornography.
I mean, that's typical, I guess. Yeah, okay, I see. There's
you immediately found something?
There's support.
Uh-huh.
I guess that would be what I would click.
I would, yeah. I'm going to click on it right now.
Well, now I got to find my video again.
Your message. Use this form to tell us. Yeah, here's upon 5 seconds of looking. Okay, so I'll stop that now. But essentially, what you want to do.
I found my video too.
And I encourage.
Luckily, luckily it was an advertisement. But
if hold your porn sites accountable. Wherever you get your porn, definitely make sure that you're reporting that shit and following up on it. So I do because we're curious now. I feel like you should create a dummy account for this vid and create an email address that you're going to burn. Create a login for this vid. Upload a video of something completely not horrible, and then report it from your real account or from another burner account to see what's going to happen. I feel like you'll get an email saying, "Hey, this content was flagged for this reason." I would hope. I mean, there are restrictions in just in regular social media, so I would hope that the restrictions in sex where somebody can get really hurt and fucked up are even more stringent. I would hope, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll find out.
I mean, this could be a whole episode of us, inside investigation reporting, of us, creating an account, uploading a video, and reporting that shit and seeing what happens. But I don't again.
If if the video that we're reporting is not bad, then probably nothing's gonna happen.
Then you would say, this is a video of me that I don't want out there. I know that you just upload a video of yourself eating cake. I don't, whatever it is.
Oh, I see. And then pretend you're somebody else. Okay. I understand now. I understand.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Because that's the scenario, is that you somebody has a video out there of you And you could just say, hey, this person has a video of me and I don't want it up. And that way you can see what the process is.
Yeah. On both sides.
If I had to guess, they would probably there's probably a strike system where you get one warning, or if you're uploading videos, there's probably in those user terms and agreements that everybody's just like click yeah whatever. It's probably there might be a very strict like zero tolerance policy of like one fucking ban and you're done. Like if you upload some shit that we don't want that you know you shouldn't upload or that you don't have full rights to upload. There was a site called Is Anybody Up? That was just revenge porn. I mean, revenge porn is a term that exists today. I don't know if it's because of this site, but like it surrounds that site, where it's just people posting non-consensual pictures of other people, like that they got sent. Like it's usually ex-boyfriends and girlfriends that are uploading pictures of people. And it has like location, like it's you can see all the people in Austin, Texas that that didn't want their pictures up, and people found out about it, and like more and more people like were discovering this site, and then discovered that they were fucking on there, and then fucking it got taken down, like they went to court and got like they had to fucking no, it's you're not people. These people are not consenting to this. You don't get to fucking share their private, intimate moments. I mean, obviously, be careful where you send your shit. Like obviously, I mean, like if you get paid to do it, and if it's a side hustle for you that you make pornographic videos for folks, have a way to verify where you're sending shit. A lot of folks have like earmarks or watermarks on their videos that they stamp specifically for other people, like saying like, this is content that I'm sending to you, so I know if you leaked it. It's a digital stamp to say like, if you send me a video, it's just going to say up the top of the video, from Steven to Chris, like, and it's going to be a watermark on the video. I can still crack one out to that, but if I share that, you as the creator know exactly I sent this video to you, and you're now either making a profit off of it or sharing it. So I'm ban-hammering you and pursuing legal action.
Yep, I think you mentioned something like that in an earlier episode, how someone was doing that, and I was like, that's a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Do it.
Yeah.
Fucking protect your content. Protect your artistic endeavors.
So, what was our shirt we were gonna make?
So imagine with us here in the audience, and I don't know what the content was for the shirt.
I think it was something like support ethical porn or don't wank to toxic.
Maybe it's all good fodder for shirts. I would masturbate to that shirt and clean myself up afterwards with that shirt.
What if you go into the booth in the back of the sex shop and it's just shirts?
Bro, the shirt could be "This is my sex rag." Like,
oh, okay. And then maybe like it's designed to look like there's cum stains.
No, damn it!
You don't want cum stains on your shirt?
No, I like only ones that they're not cheap facsimiles. I only want the real deal.
What if we pre-cum stain the shirts and then we send it out?
Sure, I don't want that either. You can nut on any of our merchandise, but I don't want my DNA out there. Imagine, what was your shirt idea? Please share it with us here or offline.
It was something we said about the supporting good porn.
All those notes, though, absolutely. I think this took a wonderful turn to talk about real things. We started off just horrible, at least I think so, in horrible hypothesis land in hypothetical situations.
And then we ended up in horrible real land.
But real, but I think that's important information to get out to everybody is something I never thought of, like to see something that like. So okay, back in the day, like there's always the bot accounts.
Back in the day,
I was gonna say back in MySpace, but it happens in regular accounts too. It happens on Instagram all the time. It happened to my cousin, like a fucking an account was just like, I'm this person, and I'm now selling my sexy content. It's like you're not that person. I know that person. And I immediately told that person, and then they had to tell all their friends, "Hey, report this account because it's not real." But yeah, like it happened. The first time I ever saw it happen in real life was on MySpace. Somebody created like skinned a fucking account of a friend's girlfriend, and I was like, "That's not their girlfriend. I know them, and that's not them. They're saying somebody they're not." And so I had to tell that person, and then they had to report the account. So absolutely, hold your websites accountable. Report that shit, and only masturbate to ethical, consensual porn.
Yeah, I think that's a good note to end on.
100%. Love you guys. Be safe.
Yeah, thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Imagine McNamee, for joining us in the audience in the chat. And we'll see you all next week.